coming up soon.
You think they should do a national recount?
No.
No.
A lot of
But
people.
look,
Why do you think that?
Fuck a lot of people.
I mean,
A lot of people are stupid.
They think the integrity of the voting process has been compromised. Me myself, I do think that. I mean, I don't think that we should do a recount, but I think moving forward, I think that the federal government needs to come up with a secure way in order for us to vote electronically. I think that when you look at the numbers, only 138 million people they suspect are going to be voting. And I also saw that there were over 275 million adult internet users in the United States. Imagine if all those people, 275 million people actually voted or came close to voting. It would be so much easier just to vote from your phone.
They won't do it. They'll never do it.
I know. It'll never happen.
China and Russia they'll own us.
I think
Let's get the death of them.
People
on the internet.
People like to say that we'll be hacked, but do people hack Homeland Security every day?
I think whatever's going on, whatever they're trying to fix or amend to slide it Trump's way, it's too late. So they need to work on some new shit and try it again later. But like politics is over. But I'm happy politics is over. I'm happy this is over. I'm really.
Is it really over though? Is it really over?
Come back in 2024 though.
It's not over.
It's over tonight.
Chris, are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Hell no, I'm voting Kanye. I'm voting Kanye.
Because technically, you should be preparing for 2024.
I'm preparing for this Friday night podcast. That's what I'm preparing for. This Friday night podcast.
AUD.
Oh, yeah. AUD. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's happening?
It's some smoky backgrounds going on. God damn.
It's a smoky Friday, you know.
Let me stop telling.
Smoky motherfucking Friday.
Yes, it is.
That's fact.
Shout out to my favorite dispensary, Wallflower. You know.
Shit. They
guys always
advertising.
Always keep a customer happy, so you know they're gonna always get my support.
Hook my brother up with a brownie for that.
Why do you always say brownies? There's other type of edibles.
You know what? I don't know.
There are gummies. There's
brownies.
Butter,
brownies go very good with tequila.
Yeah.
Very good with tequila.
Good
combination.
That. What's so funny, Vic?
Oh man, don't mind me.
Vic over there taking notes. Vic he writing all that shit down.
But listen, okay, so I do have a question though. Do you guys think that now that we know that it's a very good chance that Biden will be president, how do you feel about his presidency? Like, what are you expecting from it?
I don't really expect much to change. You know what I'm saying? I kind of expect things to stay the same for the most part. I don't think that a president can make tremendous change in a 4-year span unless you're Trump. You know what I'm saying? He come in and do a lot of crazy shit. But I think Biden's going to do whatever the status quo is. It'll probably look like the Obama presidency for the first 4 years. I seriously doubt if he'll be able to maintain and run for a second term. So I don't really expect much to change.
All right, so look. Right quick, Vic just asked me. He's trying to play me right quick. He asked me, is my microphone, is it clipped to my nipple? Now, what's funny about that, because that's why he been laughing the whole time. What's funny about that is I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking like, damn, should I raise it a little bit? Like, it do look a little sus. So I'm going to raise it. I'm going to raise it just for the guy code, even though it wasn't. But I'm going to raise it.
Where the fuck did it come from? I'm sorry.
You know what? I appreciate that, Vic. I appreciate that, Vic.
Where the fuck did it come from?
Geico.
That shit was disturbing me. All right, my bad.
That's funny. That's funny. So but did you feel uncomfortable about him asking about whether the microphone was clipped to your nipple?
Hell no, I'd rather him had fucking said the shit out loud. Shit, if it was, because I thought about this shit too. So if it was, you know,
Okay. So let me.
I was like,
Okay. Let me
oh,
confess
shit.
something to you guys. Let me confess something to you guys. When
Oh,
you guys
shit.
talk about, why you say oh shit? Listen, when
I'm
you
bracing
guys,
myself.
good, because when you guys talk about big women, I sometimes like side eye your shit. Like I'm trying to figure out, like, are y'all trying to shit on big women, or are you just, you know, having conversation, or what's going on? So I'm wondering, is body shaming like a real issue, or do I just sort of take offense to it a little too fast when you guys talk about big women?
well, I don't want to talk. I don't want to target you individually. Just say you.
You can target me, Chris. I'm okay with it. You can target me. I'm good.
I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy.
It's not
I
a
do
bad
think.
guy. I'm okay with it.
I do think women are too sensitive about the big girl jokes. I think they are. I think there's jokes about short people, tall people, people with no hair on their face, and big girls is a category too. So why can't I joke about big girls?
So here's the thing. There's a certain level of maturity to recognize that as a big woman, that guys appreciate it. It took me a minute. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a minute in my older age, right, to realize that a lot of guys appreciate it, but it took a while because sometimes it comes across as very
I love big girls.
Y'all say some fucked up shit sometimes. That's why. Like sometimes y'all talk about how fat we are. Y'all talk about how much we eat. Y'all talk about how we smell.
I did no such thing.
Not the three of you specifically. Not the three of you specifically, but in general. Sometimes.
Hold up.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I wasn't finished, but go ahead.
Because I gotta address something you're saying, because nobody offends people more about body parts than women.
No.
Let me have the Bible. We going to church tonight.
No, we're not.
Listen, there's a whole stigma associated with men and the size of their Johnson.
I love Vic.
You understand? Like,
body
women
expression.
love to talk shit about men and their body parts. You know, body parts that they were born with. Nothing.
Wait, okay, but wait. Let me wait before you move on. We need to clarify. A lot of women love big men. Y'all try to make it seem like we don't, but in general, a lot of women love big men, and y'all make it seem like we only prefer perfect men, but that's not true. I swear to God.
Big brother talking shit.
When Vic throws the pinky up, you know he about to say some shit. I don't know what's going on in his brain, but I know it's coming. But first of all, y'all assume that just because we're big women that we're nasty, we're sloppy, we're greedy. A lot of men think that. That's not true.
Not anybody on this podcast.
That's sad. Men, if you're listening, men, that's sad. You shouldn't be so shallow.
So, do the three of you think that as big women, we're a little too sensitive?
Yes.
Yes.
Why? But why? Why do you think that we're so sensitive?
Because I think women like to diss jokes, but don't like to take the joke at the same time. Like, you got to stop being so sensitive. Don't participate in the fuckery if you're not willing.
It's facts.
Yeah, but it's not comparable, right? Right? Like y'all gotta admit that it's not comparable. So when y'all talk about like Meg Thee Stallion and y'all talk about like big women in general, y'all say some cruel shit. It's not like, oh, y'all make funny fat jokes. Y'all make like some cruel fat jokes.
But see,
the same thing.
When women make dick jokes.
But that's the thing. Women think everything they say is nothing or it's just
For
jokes.
example, give me an example.
Like he said, it can be a hype joke. It can be a what is this whole movement You started Dion Little Dick Energy Movement, like yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes,
that could
but
be.
listen, okay,
Fucking nerves.
that's a good example. But that's a good example, right? LDE
It's a great
is not
example.
literally about the size of your dick. It's not
But-
literally, because there are men who are on the smaller size. I swear to goodness, I love Dick because he's funny as shit. There are men who are on the smaller size that portray BDE, big dick energy. There are men who are on the larger size that might portray little dick energy.
But we get that, and I'm not going to go into that type of energy or anything like that. I don't even want to talk about that subject. but what I'm just saying is, women do a lot of body shaming, and
For
they
example, give me an example.
like I said, if you don't have a beard,
For
women will talk about
example.
you. If you don't have enough hair on your face, if your hairline ain't this way, if you this ain't tall, if your hands ain't this big, if you ain't over 6 feet, women do like bigger dudes. If you a skinny dude,
Chris, when you're done, tag me in. When you done,
Vic, hold on.
But Chris,
Let get a leg drop in.
it is a known
tag me
fact.
when you done. Just tag the hand.
Let Vic get so. Let
Listen,
Vic get
okay,
it
all right, you can
Thank
tag
you,
me in
Eric.
after I say this really quick, but it is a known fact that little men tend to be on the larger size. So what's really your issue?
Equality.
Well,
Equality. I'm just want people. If you're gonna diss jokes, you have to be able to take jokes. That's just my whole principle about it.
Okay, so that's fair. So then you have to understand that there could be a man or men, plural, that are on the smaller size that don't display LDE. Are you okay with that?
I don't care about the LDE or I don't know. I don't want to talk about this.
listen. This is the deal here. I'm gonna address the BBW stuff first.
Oh boy, I'm ready.
First and foremost, y'all too sensitive on the internet. And here's why you too sensitive. Here's why.
Tell you.
I'm gonna drop the jewel. Listen, motherfuckers. Here's why.
Oh
because
shit!
you know we talk shit on the internet. Here's the real game, because you know we talk shit on the internet. But when it's one-on-one and we just chilling, you know you getting in there. you know. The internet is one thing. But when it's one-on-one and we chilling with the BBW, you know what's going to happen. So you know dudes is pushing up on you. So stop it. The internet is just jokes.
Okay, so why do you
the same that would happen with any other chick? But whoa.
Vic,
hold on.
Why
Don't steal
shit
my
on
thunder.
BBWs in public and chill with them in private?
We not shitting on them in public. We just cracking jokes the same way we crack jokes on everyone else. That's it. That's really all it is. But let me ask you a question. Because there's a whole lot of fucking shaming. Because a dude got to make a certain amount of money. If you shorter than 5'10", we ain't fucking with you. If you ain't got a fucking beard, we ain't fucking with you. If you too light skinned, we ain't fucking with you.
Vic is fed
you
up.
got kids, we ain't fucking with you. If you got baby mothers, we ain't fucking with you. Are you
Let me address this
we
one
gotta
by
fill
one.
out applications. We gotta check boxes. You at your mind?
Medina, do you want me to address this one by one? Because one by one, if you're shorter than 5'10", you're less likely, unless you're under 200 pounds, you're less likely to be well endowed. But that's a whole other discussion, right? The second thing is, am I lying? Right? Listen, I'm just taking the facts.
I mean, to be honest with you, I
believe you.
Listen, let me tune, like Cat Williamson. Let me help you tune into your star player.
Let the record show I don't believe her.
Oh, it's facts. So
under 200 pounds. Make it out of here with that.
It's true. Yes. But the other thing is, if you listen, I always use this example, right? If I'm shoveling shit for $9 an hour, right? And I offer you a job for shoveling shit for $30 an hour, you are more inclined to shovel shit for $30 an hour than for $5 an hour. So if you got a little presence, I'm gonna say presents, right? I think we can all understand that. If you got a little presents for $5 an hour, that's very different than if I'm shoveling shit for $30 an hour. It's a very different mindset. It's all in the mind. We all know that us women function from the mind, right? So if I'm shoveling your shit for $30 an hour versus shoveling your shit for $5 an hour, it's a very, very different thing.
Yeah, I'd like to say I understood what the fuck you're talking about.
You understand what the fuck I'm talking about? Don't play.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds
You
like
know
body
what the
shaming.
fuck I'm talking
It sounds
about.
like body shaming. Whatever you're
You
talking
know
about,
what
it
the fuck
sounds
I'm talking about.
like body
Don't play
shaming, D.
stupid. You know what the fuck
My
I'm talking
bad.
about.
It sounds like body shaming, Dion.
I should no. I'm talking about opportunity cost.
It sounds like you trying to tell dudes they got little dick energy all over again, man. I'm not having that shit. I'm not having it.
So what you're saying
shit.
is you understand exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, is what you're saying.
What I'm telling you is that I ain't got them motherfucking problems, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, that's none of my business.
Therefore, when you don't have those problems, listen, when you don't have those problems, you joke freely. This is why when we joke with women and BBs, it's all that, we joke freely. Because we ain't got them fucking issues. We ain't got that little dick energy.
Right.
I don't know about none of that shit.
Here's the thing.
And neither do my peoples on this pod.
Big women versus medium versus small. At the end of the day, y'all motherfuckers will take a big woman and shit on her. Not just like joke about it. Y'all go to the extreme and shit on her about how she's fat, how she stinks, how she's nasty. Y'all don't have equal opportunity.
Not us.
A lot of y'all don't have equal opportunity, discrimination, or towards the woman who's a BBW. Y'all don't.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Most men that I know personally, have women who are thick or bigger.
Me too.
That's just most men that I know.
Right.
That's right.
Because most of us are. To be very frank, most of us are.
With that being said, I can't agree with that statement that you made. Like, because to me it's completely the opposite. So I can't agree with that.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen.
We on the squad, D.
But here's the reality. A lot of men get on social media and they promote the slim chick that they believe is the idea, right? That's the woman that's the goal, the woman that they love, the woman that they revere, the woman that they want.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
In reality, no, it is true.
I'm about to help you from a man's perspective. Here we go. When we post that woman on social media, that's just the woman that we like to look at, and we may imagine a sexual encounter with.
Right, that's the woman. Okay.
No. Before
we move on,
that's not what we want.
Let's unpack this. Let's unpack this for a second. That's the woman that you're idealizing, right? That's the woman that you see, that you love, that you want.
No.
That's your goal.
No. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
That's not bullshit. Listen.
That's the woman that
Time out. You know, you gotta listen. This grown man talk right here. You gotta understand the difference between love and lust. Those are women that we lust. Meaning you fantasize about, you want to cut, those visions. Hell yeah, that ain't baby. You think baby mama material out there looking on?
Let me kick game to you.
Baby mama. That's not my baby's kid. That's not my
Victor Medina.
Mother.
Let me kick game.
Them bitches out there just trying to get cut.
Victor Medina.
Get the skirt.
The woman, no, fuck y'all. Fuck the three of y'all. The woman that you love and that you kick game to is also the woman.
Nigga, we got the scarf early, people. He done got the scarf early tonight.
Dion, I hear everything you saying. I hear everything you saying.
No. We're not gonna move on until I get this point out. The woman that y'all revere, that y'all post, that y'all love, the woman that y'all claim is the woman that y'all trying to fuck, and that the woman that y'all want to be with, that's exactly the woman that your woman wants to be. Your woman doesn't want to be the complete opposite of the woman that you revere. I'm keeping it real with y'all. I'm keeping it real with y'all.
That's fair.
Right. So the woman that wants to fuck, the three of y'all wants to be the woman that you revere. If that's not the same thing, if you're looking at a woman that's 150 pounds and y'all are revering her, and you're telling the woman that you love her, and she's 180 pounds, in her mind, something's not matching up.
I hear that, but always remember, it's two things: what we say, pretty much, and what we do. Always pay attention to what we do, and not as much to what we do.
But okay, well, that's not the woman's issue. If y'all motherfuckers is not saying
we do our revering in private.
I don't even know why
we don't revere in public.
I don't even like the way this picture is being painted, because there's a reason. There's a reason why a lot of we all in the shop. There's a reason why I post a lot of capping gifts under comments under a lot of posts. Usually when I post that, it's because I can almost guarantee if a picture is being posted of a skinny girl, I guarantee a few dudes will come in there clowning or dissing. Versus if you post a picture of a bigger girl, they all gonna be like, oh, hell yeah, that's my type of chick. So I don't think that perception, I think big girls get more love than the normal size or skinnier girl.
I disagree. I think that y'all shit
in
on
our
big girls
culture.
more.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I disagree. I think that
y'all
y'all
listen. Ain't none of my homies be with some skinny minis. They don't. They don't be with some. They don't.
See, here's the thing. Here's the fucked up weird.
And if you down with your OG for years and she had a couple of kids, like
it's
that's
kind
your
of
OG.
like a mind fuck in a way, right? I get it. I get what the three of y'all are saying, but I think that what y'all do, what you actually do, right? And you know how they say your word is your bond. So what you do versus what you say is two different things. Y'all will say, this is the woman I revere. I love the BBW. I love the big ass. I love the big titties. But what you actually promote is the skinny, slim chick. So it creates this fucked up mind fuck where it's like, well, what the fuck do you want?
I think with women, when you make a big girl joke, it's like a bunch of black people in a room, black or brown people in a room clowning, making racist jokes. You know how we talk. And we get extra sensitive. Like if a white person come in and make a racist joke, everybody stop and be like, what the fuck you just say? I think that's how the way big girls take jokes. I think we might just take a simple joke and a big girl just take it in their head and just blow.
Absolutely. Because Chris, okay, let's keep it 100.
Chris is gonna do a 20-minute podcast. It's gonna be called How Big Girls Take Jokes.
No, hold on. Hey, big girl,
we're gonna do a skit.
On the white Jesus, I love y'all.
There's some truth to that, and let me tell you why. Because y'all, a lot of men, what you say and what you do is like in direct contrast. So as a female, it's confusing as fuck. It's like, yeah, he might like a big girl, and yeah, maybe he says he likes big girls, but what he portrays and what he reveres and what he idolizes is a small girl.
But
it's
now,
confusing as fuck.
Now watch this really quick so we can move forward. I just want to say this, social media wise. Now, can you admit that there are some men who post thick or BBW women in social media groups and stuff? Can we agree on that?
I agree.
Right. How many women post big men, pictures of big men in social media groups?
Yes, okay. I'm stoked. Okay, I admit that I'm stoked.
Doesn't happen. So therefore, your argument works on both.
You're right.
Drop the mic.
I'm stumped. You got me. Because Because the truth is, a lot of us love big men. That's the fucking.
We can't
You're
tell.
right. You're right.
Look, I don't know what's funnier.
That shit is always
I don't know what's funnier.
like a motherfucker.
Air dropping the nuke, or the fact that Vic had Hollywood Vic had a motherfucking microphone.
No, you're right.
What the fuck is going on?
Where the fuck is the mic? But you're right.
It was such a touche moment.
Touche. I was thinking the same word.
It was the touche of touche, my friend.
That's very true. Because
We love y'all.
Like
Love y'all, big girls. BBWs, we love y'all.
That's right. A lot of us
We love
That's
y'all.
facts.
Don't ever try to come at us on the internet again, because you are. The truth about the BBW is, let me tell you, if it wasn't for the internet, you wouldn't be fucking worshipped the way you are right now. There was a cult for the BBW. There was a cult for the BBW is a thing. It's a thing on the internet. It's a thing. It's a hashtag.
I agree, but
it is a thing. You are more. Let me. No. Let me finish.
That it's a fucked up.
There's no BBW for the big fella. That fucker's just fat, and that's bullshit. No, it's not. Not according to women, because you gotta be 6'3". I like him 250.
Bullshit.
He gotta have a beard.
Okay, listen.
He's gotta make a certain amount of money.
Bullshit, Vic. I'm gonna tell you why. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Because if I tell y'all right now that I'm 270 pounds, the first thing motherfucker says, oh my God, that's big as fuck. I'm 273 pounds, but I'm okay with that. But it took me till I was 45 fucking years old to realize that that's okay. But there are a lot of women that are 245 pounds and they're not okay with that. They're not okay with that.
Here's the truth, though.
Why? But do you know, Eric, before you say anything, but do you know why? Do you know why we're not okay with being 270 pounds?
Because of what men portray on social media.
Exactly.
Or on television, whatever the television portrays.
270 pounds is like, get the fuck out of here. That's fat as fuck.
Now, that's social media and television. But in the real world, men, I've never heard a man ask a woman when he meets her or whatever how much she weighs. If she looks if she looks desirable in his eyes and he looks desirable in her eyes, he's gonna care fucking less what the number total is. Don't nobody care what the number total is.
I agree.
I look at you and I like you, and you look at me and you like me.
We've already pointed out on the internet.
If like that shit work, then we want to move forward. That's how things are.
And on social media, if you post that you 273, it's gonna be 40 guys on there talking about let's get it on. That's my type of woman. It happens all the time.
Listen, the truth of the matter is this. No. Let me say this. And this is the truth. A BBW or whatever you want to call it, that's a female, right? Is gonna fucking go out there and put herself out there and have how many more times, how many more opportunities to hook up than the same motherfucker that's a man in the same position?
That's not
Think about
irrelevant.
that. No. It's very relevant. Think about that. Think about it. Yes, it is. A female BB dub has a whole culture of grown motherfuckers that are successful, smart, polished,
preaching.
good people chasing her ass.
Basically, what he's saying is,
no, that's not relevant.
You like, I don't feel fucking bad for y'all. This is
because only your feelings matter. Because only your feelings matter.
Vic,
listen. Check this out. No. Listen, you got motherfucking subscriptions now hiring top models. They're walking BBWs is on the runway getting 6 figures, killing the fuck. Ain't no fat motherfuckers walking down no runways.
No one got done by BBW.
The heavy set
got done by BBW.
Black man is just a fat fuck. But the
That is fact.
BBWs, y'all
No,
motherfuckers got
that's
culture
not the
magazines.
same.
Get the
No,
fuck out
that's
of here.
not the
They're
same.
out here
Stop
breaking
saying
hearts.
it.
I am gonna tumble your whole premise. No.
The
Bullshit.
BBW is
You
out here
No.
because
breaking hearts. Out here breaking hearts. That's
no,
right.
My heavy
that's
sex
not
brains
true.
have been suffering long enough.
No,
Enough.
no, 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 no. That's not
No
true.
one's telling BBWs to go to the gym and stop and eat right. Fuck that. But the heavy brown and black man, damn son,
No,
you gotta go
that's not true.
fuck that. Yeah, it's very true. It's fact.
Or a short man,
I
or a
call
short man
bullshit.
that got to
Look
be 6'5"
Look
with a
it
beard
up.
and muscles like a linebacker.
Look it up.
Yeah,
I call
exactly.
bullshit.
I'm tired of this shit too. They got me amped up. It's not fair.
Okay, I
Enough
want to
is
move on
enough.
to the next topic, but I call bullshit because, listen, no, that's bullshit because you took it personal. So, do you guys think that when speaking of big women, right? A lot of big women, I find that a lot of big women enjoy talking about sex, but I have a personal opinion about that. But do you think that it's because they're actually having sex, or they just like to talk about sex? What do you guys think?
I think they be capping. It be all fucking cap on the internet. I think they be just talking shit. I think probably 15% of them be, because a lot of them do talk about sex. Like a lot of stuff on the internet I see is about sex, some type of sexual pose, things they
So we're
do,
just
blah,
talking
blah,
about
blah.
it. So we're talking about like internet, internet posts in general, like people who just
Not
overly
even,
sexual on the internet.
not even just internet. I was about to say not even just internet posts, because times in the past I've spoken to like females over the phone or through text messages. They actually speak like that too. Maybe not to the degree they do on the internet, but conversation wise, a lot of females seem to talk about sex a lot.
But why? Why do you think that happens?
That's my $1 million question, because I only think about 15% of them is really about that action.
Yeah, I think for men, I think what you see a lot of times is that men are lying. So ever since young boys were learning to interact with girls at a young age, there's always been some fellas who like to lie on their dick, right? So when you have guys who are on the internet or on text messaging or group chats or whatever, and they're over sexualizing things all the time, always talking about how many girls they got, how many girls they done had, and things like that. I think, me personally, I think that that's it. That's just overcompensating for the fact that it probably didn't happen, and that's how they make themselves feel relevant in their own space. They just lie to themselves. But I mean, I find that when people are doing things in life in abundance, the less they talk about those things, really, a lot of times.
But do you think it has like an inkling to how immature they are, or do you think it's just like a bravado type of thing?
For men, I think it's a bravado thing. I can't really speak from a woman's standpoint. I haven't heard of too many women lying about sex. I don't even know if that's the thing. But men have definitely lied about sex though. So
Absolutely.
so
Exaggerated.
Yeah.
Men exaggerate more than they lie about sex.
But they lie. They lie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they definitely lie. But do you think that it? Oh, go ahead, Vic.
I was just gonna say the biggest problem that men get themselves into, right, is that there's two different things on the internet. There's being horny, right? Because you could just be horny all day, and then just being what you call selfish in bed. Like you could be horny and you could be a good fuck. There's two different things, right? So a lot of dudes on the internet are just horny, and when they get with a woman, they're just horny, and so it don't mean that they know how to satisfy a motherfucking woman or that they're not unselfish in bed. If you have pride as a man in your game, if you're unselfish in life in general, right, you're probably a better lover. if you're a selfish motherfucker, you're probably a worse lover. So if you're a selfish dude, general in life, then you give a fuck about your pride, your name, then you know when you getting in that situation, you gonna put it fucking down, because I can't have my name on some bullshit. I can't have nobody talking. So you're generally, if you're unselfish in life, you put it down in bed.
We just talking about women just talking about sex, unless you talking about women dissing somebody or complaining about sex.
What?
He's high.
Chris, why you have to come out here with facts and shit? Like, come on. What are we doing here?
Look, I just think women like they like sexual shit. That's why movies like 50 Shades of Grey, it was meant towards a women audience. Women love romantic novels, sex novels.
He's right.
You know, women love that type of things. I just think they love. It's just part of being a woman.
You know, to be very honest, we love the idea of the fantasy. Like, we love that. Right. You're right. Chris is right. Like, we love the idea of fantasy. And so we're mental. Like you guys, the three of you are probably very visual, right? If you see something sexy, it turns you on. It makes you want to, move forward, et cetera, et cetera. But for women, we're very mental. And so it's kind of a fucked up dichotomy if you think about it, because the things that you want to think are in direct contrast of what we think. Like, we want to create this fantasy and et cetera, et cetera. And Chris is right. Like, we want to be able to create it in our minds and then move forward with it. I can't really say what I want to say. I could say, but it's not going to sound right. But we want to create like a scenario in our minds and move forward from there. Chris is right, but it doesn't actually work that way. What do you think? I told you I know the ladies. You're right. Chris is right. What do you think, Vic? I see your face. Say it. Say what you mean.
Take him to school, Vic.
I ain't got shit to say, to be honest. I'm good. So what I had to say on the subject, man, I'm good. We good.
Really?
Yeah, we good. I mean,
right.
I honestly
just learn from the map. Just take notes.
We touched all the bases. Y'all covered it. We touched all the bases. I don't really got nothing to add. Nothing else to add.
Just y'all take notes from me. That's all.
So Chris is right. Like, we think of an idea, which is why women, if you look at like the way that women view porn as an example, right? The way that women view porn, women typically like to have the audio on. We like to see a plot, which is weird to some men, but we like to see a beginning, a middle, and end, because it's the way that our minds work. But at the end of the day, Chris is right. We like to see like a fantasy, where y'all typically like to see like, I don't really know a good way to explain it without being explicit. I was kind of hoping Chris would jump in.
Well, look.
Porno? We want to see a porno? I mean, we are.
Right.
Listen, let's keep it real. Men think with their cock. That's it. Women are emotional. Women are emotional. Everything has to mean something. We just want to fuck.
Right.
That's
it's
true. Really what it is.
Just need a couple of beats in the background, some music playing in the background, and his own. See, women, they appreciate the love scene.
Right.
Men, they don't care.
I don't even need music, bro.
Yeah.
I thought that was the woman part.
Someone posted in I saw in a Facebook group, like it's like a joke, but there's actually something to it. Like, if you can take yourself to climax from your mental vision, it's like a joke where you're like, you're like
it's dangerous.
You're like Gandhi.
Right, because women typically can't do that, but men can do that. You can take a vision and you can see it to climax, where women can't typically do that. And so
that's because y'all fucking stubborn.
No. That's just the way that we're built, right? So women, Vic is such an asshole. I swear to goodness.
Let me ask you a question. I call bullshit on that. So you trying to tell me that a woman can't masturbate and bring herself to a climax?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
but isn't she busy? Hold on. Isn't she bringing herself to a vision? If she is in her mind bringing herself to a climax, it's the same shit.
No.
It's different. It technically is different.
It's different. It's technically different. So women, we have to envision the story, right? We mentally need to see the beginning, the middle, the climax, where you only typically, not always, but typically only need to see the climax to take yourself to the climax. Right? We tend to need to feel the climax in order to take ourselves to the climax.
Well, I've had a woman tell me before that if she's masturbating, that she has to stay focused. If she loses her train of thought, it fucks her whole self up.
It'll take everything left.
We don't need that much focus. We need just a tiny bit of focus.
Hold on. There's some biology that we're missing in this also. Our erotic zone is much larger than y'all's. It does not take much for us to get there. It's very
science is science, my friend.
I don't ever want to hear Eric talk about his erotic zone again.
No,
ever.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, Chris, I get what you're saying, but that's okay, Chris. That's an important thing because that is a major part of what women think. So to the three of you, that's like, it's a small part. But to us women, that is a major part. Like we have to envision the beginning, the middle, the end, the mental storyline to get us there.
But there's no argument.
A lot of men don't realize that. Maybe we should do a story. I mean, maybe we should do a show on the differences between men and women.
No.
Yes.
Maybe not.
Yes, I say we should.
Maybe not.
No, fuck y'all. I say we should. I say we should. I say
that could be a spin-off.
Fuck the three of y'all.
Look here, players. Basically, you get the draws up here first. It's not physical first. You get them up here first. Got to get that mental right.
You have to. And okay, you guys are laughing. Vic is laughing, but that's a major part of us.
And this is why women love and hate Geminis.
That's a major part. Vic is laughing, but that's a major part. That's like a huge part. Why are you laughing?
I think you want to have an episode of The View.
Fuck y'all. That's a major part. Fuck y'all.
This is the Oprah channel in this bitch.
Fuck y'all.
The OWN network.
I
was on your side, D. I was on your side.
Thank you, Chris.
I was on your side.
We're breaking down orgasms. Eric, we're breaking down the female orgasm now.
Subscribe, share, comment. We appreciate all your support.
Wait, Eric, before we do that, can I ask you guys a question?
What's up, D?
Do you think that it's kind of like a bitch ass thing to talk about other men's finances?
Oh, shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll say this. Men, if you're listening, having a discussion about another man's money is the equivalent to having a discussion about another man's dick.
From a female's perspective, it's very awkward to hear a grown-ass man talk about another grown-ass man's money. It's uncomfortable, I have to be honest, because we're naturally from a species perspective, we feel like it's easier to conform to like the submissive perspective. So the money is kind of up to men. So we don't want to hear about that kind of thing. So from a female perspective, it's weird. Is it from a male perspective kind of like a bitch ass thing?
It's a very bitch ass thing and it's very sus. So I think the dudes who's counting niggas' pockets and shit like that, a lot of females count male pockets too, want to know how much money they have, concerned about their money.
Yeah, that's weird.
Some females do that for men they won't. So when niggas pocket watch like that and pocket count, it's probably because deep down you have some attracted to them, some type of attractive.
Yeah, but
So
the
cut
thing
that
is,
bitch ass behavior
you
out.
can make a lot of money and still be broke. So from a female's mind, we know that, and so that's uncomfortable to talk about. I don't like to talk about money.
I just say this. See, you are more well versed than others when it comes to things like that. Most women don't understand that a person can make a lot of money and still be broke.
Right.
If you make a lot of money, that motherfucker rich.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a nuance.
You have a different level of understanding of making money and still being broke. You know what I'm saying? But most people don't understand asset versus liability and
Right.
like that. So you know, most women don't see it that way, I would think.
You know, at the end of the day, Dion, it's like this, and there's a simple, it's a fundamental in being a grown ass man, and a grown ass man don't go in the corner like a twat with other grown ass men and
Hollywood
whisper in the dark about what other grown ass men do.
That's fact.
That's a fucking fundamental. The same way you don't talk about another dude's money, you don't go in the corner and look at another man's woman and be like, look how fat her is, and desire that bitch. You don't do that. That shit's in the Bible. It's in the fucking, like,
the Bible in the church. God damn. This is the street Bible we talking about.
Don't envy what your brother got. Don't do that shit. It's just simple.
That's fact.
Don't justify that shit in any other way. Don't use any other vehicle to justify that shit. That's not cool. That's it. It's just not fucking cool.
Because jealousy always leads to bitch-ass behavior.
In the hood I come from, them shits is red flags.
It is. Jealousy leads to nothing but bitch-ass behavior.
Your application gets denied off of shit like that.
And from a real woman, it's awkward. It's uncomfortable to see.
They like to do it very, very dryly by saying things such as, well, you know, especially in social media forums, they'll say things like, well, we know you got all the money, or, you know, shit like that, you know, make little slick comments, but it's the same thing, you know. Cut that shit out, this bitch ass, hoe ass behavior. You niggas need to stop it, man. Cut it out.
I agree.
No, ma'am, university has spoken.
I agree.
Not cool in any format.
Well, look,
in any format.
It's not cool at all. But you know what? Guess what? I'm on a bye week, so I ain't got to talk no shit about my team. I ain't got to worry about it.
God.
I'm gonna enjoy watching y'all. I just want to throw that out.
Who do the Jets play Sunday?
Does it fucking matter? It matters.
No.
Who?
The Patriots. We play Monday night.
Who do the Chiefs play?
We got the Panthers. That's
another W.
Chiefs are at home.
Everyone knows who the Cowboys
no one gives a
play.
fuck.
This is
no
gonna
one
be
gives
bad.
a fuck.
I expect this to be bad.
Trap game for me because
fuck the Chiefs.
Sometimes